Supersport 3.
Stage 5, taking the competitors from Ouarzazate to Tantan, the third and final Moroccan stage. And it was to be an excellent day for title holder Cyril Desprez, winner of the special, and taking second spot overall behind Marc Coma, the Spaniard. A second stage success for the Frenchman in the dust of Morocco. A bad day for Isidre Esteve. He suffered rear brake problems all the way from kilometer 80 to CP2. Well, I had problems with my rear brake at kilometer 50, explains Esteve. Had to ride all the time without a rear brake. But now it's okay, it's been changed.
Pero bueno, ahora está cambiado. Il y en a qui font des tours de boue, moi j'ai fait une tour de poussière.
Some have mud baths, I had a dust bath.
Pas mal de kilomètres, je roule dans la poussière, mais bon.
Been riding in the dust for quite a few kilometers. But all went well for Cyril Desprez. And Marc Coma continues leading the overall with a 1 minute 30 lead on Desprez. Victory on four wheels went to Stéphane Pétérancel, his first success on this 2006 edition. Peter Hansel beat Mark Miller, the American driver, in the Volkswagen Race Touareg. An excellent performance for the winner of the Baja 500 and 1000.
Remember the rock.
And still the spectacular sceneries of southern Morocco. Meanwhile, Nasser Al-Attiyah will certainly remember this stage 5 mechanical problems for the Qatar driver. And he had to wait for assistance. Well, explains Nasser Al-Attiyah, the last 100 kilometers we had an engine problem. So now we're waiting for the assistance truck to come and tow us, hoping to be able to run the Mauritanian stage tomorrow. Nasser Al-Attiyah of the BMW X-Ray team, driving his new X3, towed all the way to the finish line and losing precious time. Stage 6, taking the competitors to Mauritania from Tantan to Zouerat. And the first meeting with the sand dunes. A very early start indeed for all the competitors, bikers and drivers, and a long liaison all the way to the border. And a stage that Cyril Desprez will certainly want to forget. A bad crash after CP1 and a serious shoulder injury for the title holder. He completely destroyed the front part of his big KTM. I don't really know what happened. I went on a bump in the camel grass. I went over the bike. My shoulder's hurting me a lot. I just hope it's not that serious. So to the medical center for Cyril Desprez. A dislocated shoulder, but he decided to carry on. Meanwhile, victory on the day went to Carlo de Gavado, the Chilean rider of the KTM Repsol team. Marc Coma, still the overall leader. Carlo de Gavado clinching his 5th success in a Dakar. Back in 2001, he was the first South American to win a stage. Jean-Louis Schlesser certainly thought he was to win the stage today. Fastest at CP1, fastest again at CP2, but a puncture prevented him from victory. Victory, however, remains in the Schlesser 4 team and went to Thierry Magnaldi, a first success on 4 wheels for the former biker. Magnaldi beats his teammate Schlesser and South Africa's Janil de Villiers, the new overall leader, ahead of 2 other Volkswagens, those of Carlos Sainz and Jutta Kleinschmidt. Impressive driving there by the German. It was a very jumpy stage for all the privateers. And in the truck race, Vladimir Chagin carried on his perfect run. He even stopped to help out one of his compatriots, Andrei Ivanov, in a car before heading to a 6th stage success. Vladimir Chagin, a comfortable overall leader. And meanwhile, it was still a great show in the truck race with Andre de Azevedo. Stage 7 took the competitors for a second day in Mauritania from Zouerat to Attar, the most difficult stage so far. And unlike the previous stages and editions, the bikers were to start in the reverse order. In other words, the privateers would take off first and the big guns in the last positions. More sleep for the favourites, and for Cyril Dupre, badly injured with a dislocated shoulder. Well, again, the stage went to Chilean Carlo de Gavado, supposed to be a support rider in this KTM Repsol team. He flew to victory, while Mark Coma confirmed he was the boss of the race. Giovanni Sala eventually captured 2nd spot of the special. Always precious to have the Italian in your team. It's important to be here without losing too much time. It's a real Dakar stage today, explains Mark Coma. Stefan Peter Hansel in his Mitsubishi had planned to hit hard on this stage. He was awaiting this moment and he flew to victory, a 50th stage success for the Frenchman. Peter Hansel beating his teammate Luc Alphand. And 2 Mitsubishis in the first 2 places of the overall standings. Luc Alphand, the new race leader. Meanwhile, Jutta Kleinschmidt hung on to her 3rd position overall, 3rd of the day. She was the only of the Volkswagen team to enjoy a rather good day. Janil de Villiers finished 4th, but it was a very bad day for Carlos Sainz. He lost precious time in the dunes. Added to that, the Spaniard suffered mechanical problems. No more assisted steering. He finished the stage with blisters on the hands. Still learning Carlos Sainz, but learning it the hard way. A bad day for Sainz, a terrible moment for Bruno Sabi. Mechanical problems on his race to Touareg.
De gasoil à un injecteur.
And a leak in the engine. Sabi had to wait for assistance.
On a essayé de mettre la pression au Volkswagen.
Alpine explaining that he wanted to put the pressure on Volkswagen, but physically
C'est un gros morceau.
it's been a very hard day, very difficult indeed, very tough for the privateers stuck in the dunes. The sun was to set and the night was to be very long. Last kilometers of the special and a big crash for this
My
truck.
back is not good. For the jump.
But thumbs up to all the competitors who eventually made it to the finish line in Dakar. And exhaustion could be read on the dusty faces of the bikers.
Il est juste 2 minutes avant minuit.
It's just 2 minutes before midnight and we've made it. Stage 8 between Dakar and Nouakchott, the last stage before rest day, and another big one. And maybe the most impressive sceneries of the Dakar so far. And a very, very difficult day for the bikers. Soft sands and favourites such as Carlo De Gavado, Mark Coma, Isidre Esteve and Giovanni Sala struggling to get out of this dune portion. They lost precious time and the stage went to this man, David Castor, first victory in the Dakar for the former privateer. Castor was to win the special ahead of Chris Blaze and Cyril Dupre. Meanwhile, in the car race, tough moments for Mitsubishi, but also for Janil De Villiers, the former overall leader, stuck in the sand. The smartest of them all was to be Peter Hansel. He found the good way out of the dunes, while Roma and Alphon were lost, looking for the right way to Nouakchott. Carlos Sainz suffered serious mechanical problems.
Don't move. Gave one punch and now the car don't move with the clutch.
A problem at kilometer 25. He had to wait for his assistance. And victory went to this man, Thierry Magnaldi, a second stage victory after clinching the win in Zouerat. A bad day as well for another Volkswagen, that of Jutta Kleinschmidt. She lost over an hour, finishing in 10th position. Well, today was not good, explains the German. We lost a lot of time. We were stuck in the sand. It took us an hour to get out. Jutta Kleinschmidt, 5th overall. And still the fantastic sceneries of Mauritania. Carlos Souza had to settle for 8th position. He lost 34 minutes on the day. Jean-Louis Schlesser finished well behind, but was certainly satisfied with the victory of Thierry Magnaldi, his teammates. The overall standings in the bike race, Mark Coma has a 6 minute 23 lead on Isidre Esteve before rest day. Depre is 4th. In the car race, Peter Hansel only has a 32-second lead on Alphon. Janil De Villiers is well behind.